Yo, welcome to another installment of the Opinionated Facts podcast. We missed you guys. We back like we never left. We got an awesome show going on this week.
And shout out to the last show too with Kimmy and Michelle.
No doubt.
That was dope.
Shout out to Kimmy and Michelle, our queens from different ends of the spectrum. We love it. We appreciate you guys. We're going to start this show out with the hot topic question from last week, which was, are we, as parents, are we raising our children the same way we were raised? I want to, let's dive into that.
We all parents, right? We all dads.
Yeah.
On this podcast.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
I queued it up. He was kind of late on that one, dude. You caught it, though.
But I got
You got it.
That's not what she said. Go. That was a flavor. I was getting ready to go. All right. Let me go. I was ready to say something. We was getting ready to cut the ribbon. Okay?
Let's go. Let's just talk. Let's just talk. But yeah, Fitch, what you got on it, man? Huh? Do you feel like we as parents today are raising our kids, or do we even have the opportunity to raise our kids the way we were raised? That's probably a better question.
Yeah, I like that question.
That's a fact. This is a little both. You know, we're gonna always take some of the values, stuff that was instilled to us, from our parents. We're gonna use that, but we all said that thing. I ain't gonna do it the way my parents did it. So you gonna sprinkle your own, your own little sauce on it, man. But I mean, nowadays it's certain stuff that our kids are facing that we didn't have to face. So we don't have the tool. We don't have that skill in the toolbox. So we kind of on the fly with it. You know what I'm saying? Like something similar to cell phone. I didn't get my first cell phone till I was in college.
Bruh.
So I don't have nothing to pull from, from how my parents did with me with a cell phone, because I didn't have one. Now my son got a cell phone. So, that's just one example. So I think
I had to use mine.
The best answer to that question is you can take a little bit of the old, a little bit of the new. It's 1,000 things I said that I wouldn't do that my parents do, and I still find myself doing it. All my mama little catchphrases, my daddy little catchphrases. I find myself saying the same things to Trey. When he get out my presence, I just kind of look at myself like, I can't believe I just said it.
Back.
But that's how we do nowadays, man. What crew you got going on over there, Reg?
Listen, that brother give me a run for my money daily. You hear me? So, like you just said, like, you didn't have a cell phone till you was in college. He's had one since he's about 5 years old.
See?
So, 5, 6 years old. And he had an iPad before that. You know what I mean? And, some of it is on me. My wife as parents, because we let things go. And to a degree, some parts of the electronics is help raising the kids. You know what I mean? From certain, things, and they look up, and of course you try to monitor everything, but certain things they look up and you hear it and you pick up on it and you're like, God, what kid doing that, and you got to try to determine from that, so you parenting, as far as what they doing on, their phones or tablets and things like that, and hand life, and trying to give them structure, and it ain't a game. I ain't gonna lie.
Full-time job.
It's a full-time job.
Parents or teachers or anybody to deal with young children on a daily basis. Just shout out to all y'all, because even the additional help from aunties and uncles and godparents and all that. Shout out to all y'all on that, because it's difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah.
And,
Like a village.
Yeah, most definitely. It definitely takes a village, and I appreciate my village that I got. For my kids and everything like that, through the years, and even the ones that helped raise me. And
I feel like TJ about to go.
I know, yeah.
He tried so hard.
He missed it. He missed it. So.
Oh no, I didn't miss nothing. I'm just not gonna do it like that. Not on this show. I'm not gonna cut the rhythm. I'm not gonna do it.
Cut it. I ain't
gonna do it. You my brother. I ain't gonna do it.
Yes, sir.
It takes a village, though, Al.
You got it.
Oh,
You got it.
man.
Early in the show. You got it.
Hey, you are who you are. Listen, because the people that raised you and been in your life, you are who you are.
Okay, all right. Listen, do we need to go there this early?
No, I'm just saying. I'm agreeing with you. Listen, I'm co-signing with you.
Because you was raised on that truck too now.
Oh.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
You was raised on
I don't know nothing about that. As much as you clean the
Hold on, how is it? Hey, how do you get this one?
It's going so left, yeah.
No, one more. You being a dad, please raise your two sons. Please.
Yeah, for me it's a little different because I'm not their biological father, but I feel like especially with my youngest, I've been in his life since he was 2. The other one I came in, he was about 6 years old. So for me, I wanted to be always wanted to be the cool dad, man. Like not so much friend, but not always being that that aggressive type of dad. You know what I'm saying? Like leading with fear. I didn't want to do that because I felt like my dad, and shout out to my pops, you know what I'm saying? May he rest in peace. But he, I feared him a lot, and it was like a lot of stuff I wouldn't go to him based off of fear, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about physically, he had a deep voice, like he was towering over me. I didn't want to be like that to, you know what I'm saying, my 2 boys. I want them to be able to, yeah, I wanted them to come to me. I want them to come to me like, you know what I'm saying, as far as they need just, a male's perspective, advice and all that stuff. And really my wife, she's the more authoritative figure. Like she laid her hands, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. I try not to, if I had to, you know what I'm saying. But for me, like, I guess the question is, do I raise them like I was raised? I can't say yeah on that because it just stuff now is not, applicable to what's going on in these times. Like we ain't had no devices. Like, no. I hate to talk about what we used to sneak in to get, but they got free access to everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just go on the internet and Google it, and they can find it. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of makes me lazy as a dad. Like I give them my device and like go, you know what I'm saying, leave me alone, and they be in their own little world. So I'm trying to do better with that as far as like, doing like doing like especially like educational stuff. I like it for research purposes and like knowing their history. So it's not all bad, but I fall in that category of. I mean, even my son got me watching Mr. Beast, man. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what y'all watch. Silas was watching a dog eat. It's called ASMR. So it's like they put these weird sounds up against a mic, and it's supposed to be like satisfying and relaxing. This is a dog eating food, like chips and dog food. And he was watching that junk, and it was like, that was it. Like, Keita killed me. She was like, this is what he watching for hours. So now it's all educational stuff. Because I felt bad, man. Like, man, these devices are raising our kids. So, yeah, I guess my answer would be like, nah, I can't use the stuff that I was, because I came up under the, the iron fist type deal.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts on that, Butch?
I'm with y'all. Like, I can't remember when I listen. When I got my first cell phone, I was hyped, but until that time, I had to use my mom and my dad's cell phone, and I couldn't use that till after 9 o'clock. Free nights and weekends.
Shout out to that. Call me back after 9.
Yeah, you call the house phone. Hey, Sean, I'm calling you after 9. Yeah, we don't waste my minutes.
Yeah.
Ain't like when I called them. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Don't waste my minutes. You know what I mean? So I'm with y'all on it. I would take it a step further. I'm guilty too, with the whole technology definitely helping us raise our child. My son is 11 years old, and to be honest with you, there's nothing we can do about it, man. He's at 11. He's having to use a cell. He's had a cell phone since he was about 8 or 9. I want to say, you know what I mean, and it's just the way things have kind of evolved. So me trying to attempt to hold that line, and my dad was like your dad too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know my father was a disciplinarian. All of them just thought he was. A lot of people just think he was a sweet guy. Could be mean as a grizzly. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nobody ever got him wrong. So I had that. That's how I was raised though. But it kept me in order because I was, you know what I mean? I was the kid that liked to hang out and do all of the other stuff. But like you said, with our children now, so many things they look at on these devices, you know what I mean? We have to hold that line of how we were raised, meaning they can see one of these kids do some things and they'll get away with it. And they'll say that same thing to us. I'm like, hey, on that device, that little kid ain't get his head knocked between the refrigerator and the stove.
Right.
Yeah. That's going to happen to you if you continue down this lane. You know what I mean?
To that point, Richie, when you said they see stuff on the device, it's this thing called a 24-hour challenge.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say.
No. It's a thing. It's a thing called a 24-hour challenge where you got to say yes to everything, right? And my first thoughts was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying yes to everything, but out of fun, like I get it. So it's a guy that just did it. He works with me in my job, and it's like yes day. They call it yes day, and he had to say yes to everything his daughters asked for, and they ran it up. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to go to Dave and Buster's. You know what I'm saying? And at first I was like you, like man, nah, I ain't doing this, yo. Like this is not good. But when I thought about it, when he explained it, it's like it really makes them feel liberated and empowered. They for one day they can get whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Within reasons. You know what I'm saying? You put some type of boundaries, but it's like it was a deeper meaning to it, and it made him feel good that he could almost like a genie. I could grant you every little wish that you asked for. And they had like his daughters was like they was like huddling up like, oh, what should we ask for next? We only got so many hours in a day. Like it was kind of cool to see. So Silas, he hit me with that. Dad, you gotta say yes for the next 24 hours.
Oh,
whatever I ask. And I'm like, man, goodness. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's this gonna do? But when I saw my coworker did it, it brought more understanding to me. Like, okay, I see it's a bigger picture to just granting them all their wishes. So
I got you.
I just want to throw that in there.
I think this generation, I'm big on letting kids be kids. You know what I'm saying? And I think this era, this time that we live in, forces your kids to grow up faster than they need to. Like, my kids are 10 and 7. You know what I mean? So they love being kids. They love having fun. But as they get older and mature, it's like they into, my kids are real prissy. They into the nails and having their hair a certain way. Like they really getting into that. But also, we used to going outside. Like there was nothing else. Yeah, we had the video games and all that type of stuff. We used to going outside. You know what their version of outside is? Roblox.
Roblox.
That's their version. Like you can go in that game. I know.
all of y'all know about Roblox. Like my kids call
And
me.
you gotta pay for it.
Right.
Pay
They
for
call me.
Robux.
They call me asking for Robux, all the time. And it's to a point now where I have to make them earn it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to give them anything. If they do good in school or something like that, that's one thing. But, like, just to be coming out of the blue, Daddy, can I have Robux? What did you do for them? You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
us growing up, we had to earn certain things. We was earning stuff months, ahead of time because Christmas was coming. You know what I'm saying? Where they getting stuff all the time. My first cell phone didn't come for me until, I was out of high school. You know what I mean? Like, I was graduated already, and I had to pay for that myself. My daughter's, Aubrey had an iPod Touch at 2 years old.
We got to stop this. We got to stop this. Because I keep hearing this narrative. I hate this narrative. Because, like, I understand it, but everybody like, man, I didn't get a cell phone. I was out of college. I was out of high school. Well, they didn't have that stuff.
No, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
No, you're 100% right. But what I'm saying is, by the time we were able to get it, it wasn't like we can go to our parents for it.
Yeah,
we had to get it ourselves.
They gave
But I
me a
think
cell
it might
phone
have
to
been
keep
different,
tabs
though, if
on
it
me.
was out there, though.
I
You see what I'm
mean,
saying?
possibly, but I'm gonna even go further than that. Even getting the key to my house. My mom didn't want me to have a key to the house even when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? Until she had to buck with me. She wasn't gonna keep getting off of work to come let me in the house. My
Shout
kids
out
have a
to-
key to their house. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Fitz talking about. If he's talking stupid or not. What I'm saying is, I'm being serious. And see, that's what I say. Y'all get up here and y'all talk stupid every week.
Listen, man.
Every single
talking
time I'm
about
trying to
raising-
make a point.
we talking about raising kids the right way, man.
Okay, all right.
We can't let
Listen
you
to what I'm
walking
saying.
in on anything. Man.
What I'm
That's
saying
all
is,
saying.
you wasn't walking in on nothing. Okay? Don't let me get on your situation. So again, further than that, they got keys to the house. Like, I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? But of course, because of the era and the time that we live in, they have to be that way. And then even further than that, I feel like I'm having conversations with my kids about things that when we were their age, we didn't have to worry about, we wasn't concerned about, because things are being forced upon them. Part of it, yes, a lot of it through social media. And even with my kids, they got TikTok. I have to have access to their accounts to make sure that they're not watching no wild and crazy stuff. If I hear something crazy or something wild, I'll check them on, like, turn that. You don't need to be watching that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Ultimately, some things we not really going to be able to control. Social media is assisting in raising our children, whether we
Yeah,
like
see,
it or
right.
not.
But see, that's a weird dynamic because shout out to my mom. My mom raised
Shout
me.
out to her. Definitely. Go ahead.
This guy. My mom raised me super strict. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even listen to rap music in the house. If I wanted to listen to Big, I'd turn the jump real low or listen to it in my headphone. Like, Mom Dukes ain't play. I fast forward now that she's a grandmother, right? So she was staying
Whatever,
with me
they
one
can do
time.
whatever.
But no, not my mama.
Oh,
So,
okay.
check this out. So Trey in the room playing, I forgot what I think he was playing Call of Duty. So we all know how I get online with other people. I mean, you got kids up there cussing you out, calling you nigga, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she happened to hear the joint. So I get home from work. She like, yo, Rob, you need to check Trey. He listening to, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, Mom, you got to relax. Like, that's what the kids do, But, like, because of the way I was raised, I understood what she was saying. But at the same time, if I tell him, hey, I don't want you listening to the rooms that do cussing, he not going to be able to play online. And
Right.
all his friends are playing online. So it's kind of
And
like
all his friends are cussing.
yeah, well, yeah, probably
he
him
is too.
Yeah, I'm about to say probably him too. Yeah, but
Only reason
that
why
just-
he didn't, grandma didn't hear because she was there.
right. But that go back to the that just go to show just that them 3 generations right there is totally different. Like she can't
Absolutely.
understand for the life of her why she hear cussing coming out the TV. Me,
But watch
because
this.
I play games too. I'm like, well, you're not gonna get a room where it ain't no cussing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna throw a wild card in it because of the technology and all of these things that's at their fingertips. I think a lot of them are kind of being deprived of a childhood. Like they don't know what it is. Like they got virtual learning. They don't know all the time and effort it took us to hook school to go get some yams. You know what I'm
Hey.
saying? He would never know nothing about that.
This guy.
It was all organic back then.
No, he right. We had to earn it. You know what I'm saying?
You had to
It
go
wasn't no-
listen.
There wasn't no sliding, no DM and all that. We
It
had
wasn't
to
none
earn
of that. Hey,
I
my
skipped
mom
plenty of
leave at
days.
this
Yes, sir.
time.
Right.
Meet me here at this time.
Listen,
And mine,
Don't call this house before 8:30.
on some of them adventures,
They gonna know something wrong.
phones.
Hey, come on, man.
This kid got FaceTime now.
Man, what?
Look.
Man, they
TJ, you
FaceTime
couldn't
me.
go to, man. You just triggered me, bro. That rotary phone, man. I used to go to the principal office, bro, and he called my dad one time when that every pass of that rotary phone, my heart was sinking. Like, please, Dad, don't pick up. Like, please don't let this joint go through. It was just that sound, man.
yeah.
But I'm
It's like
saying
a
that.
revolver gun.
But watch this though. I'm saying those things to say, I believe, in my personal opinion, that helped with our somewhat of our social skills. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because
These
we
kids
had
ain't
to
got
work
no-
for. Yeah, these kids don't have no social skills these days.
Yeah.
Like we had
In
to
their
work,
defense,
we
though.
had to work for a number. Like they could just slide in the DM. You know what I'm
Right. So
saying?
in their defense, do you think they're a little bit more? Because the words say, the more wiser the kids
Yeah,
get, the more wicked.
Weaker,
more wicked they get,
and
right?
Wiser. Scripture.
So do you think they're more wiser as far as like knowledge wise? Because I know for me, being online, typing and stuff, I can spell better. You know what I'm saying? It's different things that help you along the way. So I seen a clip of a little baby, like this baby had to be one. I don't even think one. Using the knew how to slide to get to the app, and you know what I'm saying, knew exactly how to work.
You
And
know
so
what it is? It's more.
I
like
know
the
we
same-
looking at it. I know we looking at it from our lens, like, you know what I'm saying, y'all deprived this, that, but also you gotta look at it from their lens, like they're getting more hip and wiser, and more knowledge is
I think it's-
accessible to them.
I think it's likened to the saying, "You got book smarts, but you don't have much street smart." You know what I mean?
Correct.
Okay.
Is I think it's more of a thing. Okay, they're forced to live, in a world with technology. It's always evolving. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to stop evolving. I mean, as time goes along, things are going to be easier to be accessible. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even with look at Facebook. Facebook, this man that came out with a virtual reality, metaverse, whatever you call that. Like, because you have people that really, want an alternative life. Social media make you look grander than what you really are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could be whatever you want to be on social media. So it's like technology allows you to create a life that's not real. But if it makes you feel better to portray to be something else that you're not, that ties into mental health in a sense too. But I think as time moves along, things become more accessible. They're easier, you know what I'm saying, to adjust. And our children are forced to live through that because you have people that's constantly thinking of ways to make life easier in certain regards, even if it does compromise what's real and what's fake. You know what I'm saying?
It's the new drug.
Yeah.
But
It's the new drug.
to Fish and like Warren's point of view, where it's like, so what more so what Fish was saying as far as this generation engaging with it, and this goes back to how we were raised. If we get talked to or reprimanded by our parents, what's the first thing they say? Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just those little intricate things, you know what I mean? Like, look at me when I'm talking to you. And you have to, like, engage them in that type of way. A lot of these kids don't even know how to engage. Like, you know what I mean? I was talking to a younger guy, and I'm talking to him, he teenager. Like, so, I'm like, yo, the real world's coming up. You know what I mean? What you gonna do on a job interview? He was like, I don't know. You don't know. You can't text your way through a job interview. And the way these kids text these days, I need a translator. 'Cause I don't know what they be saying.
Right.
Listen,
All these
Listen,
acronyms and
listen.
All
I'm
the
trying to tell you,
acronyms.
and it go, even in the workplace, man. You find younger people come through the workplace, man, and just their, man, the way they communicate or lack thereof. That, and I understand what Warren was saying. Yeah, it is some benefits to being on these devices or whatever. But there's also, when you get out here in the real world, like I've heard, I don't know if y'all done experienced it, I've heard young people talk text in real life. And I mean, like, I'm like, huh?
Talk the text, yeah.
Yeah, they, no, I ain't talking about the feature talk to text. I'm talking, they're talking to you, but it sounds like a text message. You know, in the middle of their conversation, they like smiley face.
Like speaking
and I'm like,
shorthand, so to speak.
I'm like, did you just say smiley face? What are you talking about?
That's
like,
weird. That's weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these,
Out of
man,
hand, bro.
it's getting worse and worse, man. It's getting worse. And what I try to tell my son is, you know, I see, you know, you can't take yourself out of society. So I know you see all this stuff going on around you, but I try to keep him grounded and give him a sense of, you know, what's important. I'm not saying don't play your game. I'm not saying don't do this, but here's what's important. This is what's priority. So, and sometimes social media can make kids feel like the lesser is more important. You see what I'm saying? And it's not just their generation. It was like that for us too. You know, it might have been something as simple as sneakers. We thought sneakers was the most important thing, but it took our parents to say, "Hey, look, it ain't all about sneakers. You get X, Y, Z done." So that's why I say you do a little bit of the old, a little bit of the new. Yeah, go do your thing, but let me instill this in you. You might not, just like our parents did. You might not get it now, but you'll be back to see me.
Yeah. Hey, man, that's a great segment, guys, man. I hope y'all guys learned something from that. Let us know in the comment section how do y'all raise y'all kids these days? It's 2022. You know, let us know in the comment section below.
Yeah, and we gonna take it back to our childhood one time. Yeah. We gonna jump into, y'all ready for this? Wrestling. Wrestling. You know, so we want to touch on, you know, we gonna tell some of our favorite wrestlers, you know, favorite memories, but of course we want to dive in. We got any, you know, people that still believe. You still a believer. But now might be the time to roll out. How did you feel when you found out wrestling was fake?
And when did you find out?
And when did you find out? Since you yapping over there, Mills, tell us what you got.
Man, I wouldn't listen. Wrestling, I was gonna get my father down. I would argue my pops down, everybody down. That wrestling was the real deal, you know. Why we want to shout out to my man Razor Ramon, man. The glory days of wrestling, bro. The glory days, rest in peace, my man. But I would say, man, listen. I would say, like I said, it was so many different characters back then. So I mean, I would go back to, I want to say, the time that I knew wrestling, when it hit me that I realized that wrestling very well may be fake, was the whole Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels debacle. When Shawn Michaels puts Bret Hart in the sharpshooter and they accidentally call the fight too fast. And Shawn Michaels there, Bret Hart looking at each other like, what's happening? And Bret Hart, I was like, well, everybody's looking. Everybody's upset, and then Bret Hart goes and spits the lube on Vince McMahon. You know what I mean? So I was like, whoa.
Wild night.
It was wild. So, but I still tried to hang in there. Even through, I think what pushed me over to WCW was definitely the NWO. You know, and I think once the NWO went over there, then they started trying. Y'all remember the replacement wrestlers they was trying to have on WWF? When they was replacing them with people.
Anybody had it.
Yeah, it got fake. It got faker and faker from
here. It got pissed off. Yeah. You know. So then after a while, I just was like, I'm out. I can't. I was like on one of your moves, Fish. I'm out. I can't do it no more. I gave it my best shot. I can't do it no more. What about you, TJ?
So this is gonna sound funny. Now, my favorite wrestler of all time, Sid Vicious. He was Sid Justice. He ain't know whether he want to be a good guy or a bad guy. But he was my favorite wrestler of all time because he was, he was aggressive.
Psycho Sid.
Psycho Sid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like his alias is, I think he got more attention as the bad guy. Then once in a while he became the good guy. But this may sound funny. This don't really have nothing to do with wrestling, but it ties in. So one day I was at home. I was a teenager and I was watching Rocky IV, with Drago. So, on the movie, I'm into the movie. It's looking all realistic, right? So my dad says to me, he said, give me the remote real quick, right? So, I gave him the remote and, Rocky was hitting the Russian, you know what I mean? So he paused. When he paused it, he did something to it where he slowed it up. He said, he's not even hitting her. They're acting. Right. So I'm like, man, it looked real. It looked like he hitting him, you know what I mean? And he's like, no, it's fake. Just like wrestling.
Oh, man.
Let me down. I was devastated because, I was, like I say, I was a Psycho Sid fan. At one time, I was a Hulkamaniac. I used to watch WWF all the time. I got into WCW with like Harlem Heat and the old NWO stage and all that type of stuff.
Me and Butchie.
Harlem Heat. Right. But I was, I was into that.
Stevie Ray.
WWF, the Road Warriors, Ultimate Warrior, like,
Oh,
what I'm
man.
saying? I was
Yes,
into all
sir.
of that. But when he told me that, he proved it on that television. I was devastated. You know what I'm saying? Even with all the SummerSlams that I watched, you know what I mean? All of the cell matches, you know what I mean? It was electric.
Different. It's so different, now, man. Because I think back then they went above and beyond to make you believe it was real. How about this?
Yeah.
Because one of my favorite wrestlers, two of my favorite wrestlers, was Jake the Snake and Randy Savage. Nobody did an interview
Macho
like
Man,
Randy
listen.
Savage guy.
Macho fan, and he was
Facts.
So I remember when Jake the Snake, remember when Jake the Snake pulled that cobra out and the cobra bit Randy Savage, man?
Yeah,
I
man.
was crushed. I thought Randy Savage was, I was like, man, he about to die. My father be crying like, he's dying. I'm like, man, Savage, you just killed my man. I'm like, y'all, get this snake on for my man. Like,
Hey, but you just, man, dude, it's so much nostalgia going on right now.
I'm trying to-
I don't even know where to start, bro.
right.
So because you just took me in a whole other direction because I was about to go Undertaker being terrified and him putting people in coffins,
man,
thinking
what?
that if you close a casket, somebody ain't gonna be able to breathe in there. So I don't know, you took me up, but to answer the question for me, it actually, I feel ashamed that I'm saying this, but it didn't come to like I was in high school, bro. And high school, it was like the glory days of NWO and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember going to like the library joint and getting on the internet, and I could look up the results of the wrestling match before it came on. Dude, a friend told me that, I actually, it wasn't Google, it was Yahoo back then. I knew the results of the match. So I was like,
Down, down back there too.
yeah, it took me a while to get it.
It took you a while.
I read the whole script, so I was like, nah, I'm gonna go home and watch it. They lying. Man, if that joint wasn't the truth, it crushed me. You hear me? Like, I was like, man, this joint ain't real. And then I'm starting to dissect, like Doom said. They would take their hand first and then hit them with the fist. Like, I ain't nobody hit the body like that for real. But
They would stop first. Like they would stop to make it seem like they stopping the whole time.
they stomping on the ground. Microphones all under the match to make it real loud. But yeah, man.
We wasn't thinking.
Yeah,
Think about it. Somebody pushed you But you got to run all the way across the ring to the
Yeah, I didn't like that bro. You couldn't make
Like nobody was really to the ropes and you running.
You run those quick to the
nobody running that little shadow. They running there, bro.
The most devastating, like you said, but I think we all feel this way. Wrestling, if he said it was fake, those fighting words. You know what I'm saying? You want some smoke, you know what I'm saying? And then I got in trouble saying time because my older brother, he's off to the military. I'm doing wrestling moves on my sister, you know what I'm saying, and my little cousins. I got the worst beating of my life, yo, when I gave my sister the sweet chin music, yo. Yeah, shout out to my sister, yo. So, man, I beg and plead. I was like, please don't tell her. I hit her with the sweet chin music right in her chest, and she hit the dresser. And, man, she cried, and my dad wore me out, bro. But yeah, wrestling was only real when you were doing it on your little cousins and your siblings.
Fact.
Well, listen, at least y'all got the opportunity to enjoy wrestling. Now, my pops, man, he spoiled it early for me. I mean, early. Like he might have exposed wrestling before he exposed Santa Claus. Like, pops got to it early, man. Y'all WWF fan. I've always been I started NWA. WCW. That was my joint. So I'm watching the joke, man, every Saturday morning. Can't wait. TBS main event came on 9:05 a.m. I never forget it. So I'm watching. Pops coming to jump, just no proof about himself at all. Hey man, you know that joke fake, right? I'm like, man, go on here, man. No, man, wrestling fake. Hey Pop, man, go on here, man. Anybody trying to hear that? You see the way he just hit him with that elbow, mate? Man, the joke fake. He said he was in Norfolk one time. I might have the wrestlers wrong, but I want to say he said with Ricky Flair and Dusty Rhodes, they had a match. Boom, boom, boom.
They was rivals, so I'll probably believe that's probably.
So they main event, whatever the joke was, Pops was at, they getting it in. No, I'm sorry, he wasn't at the Scope, he's at the Coliseum. He said after the match was over, him and his buddies go to the restaurant, go to the bar. Flair and the Green, them drink back together, man.
Man, rivals, man.
Hey, he pushed me, man. Listen,
I think I heard somebody tell that story.
Man, he told me that joke happened, man. He said he seen that joke with his own two eyes, man. He crushed early.
So he was into wrestling too. I mean, he went.
Yeah. He was into it, even after he found out it was fake, he still watched it. After he told me it was fake, I still watched it. He just got to a point where it just got cheese, you know what I'm saying? After a little attitude.
What about you, Raj? I know you used to the King Kong Bundy era.
Yeah, listen, that's
You went way back.
I'm very proud of him. Here's what's dope. I'm gonna let you know.
What's up, George?
But here it goes. 1987, WrestleMania 3. I'm at the Capitol Center.
Man.
The Cap Center.
Yes, sir.
It's a hospital now, but I'm at the Cap Center. WrestleMania 3. You had to go there to watch it on the jumbo screen. I'm watching the jumbo, and this is the match where Hulk Hogan body slam with Andre the Giant. Man, that was the greatest thing ever. Just to watch that thing on the jumbo screen. Not there. I'm not there.
That's right.
I was joint with the jumbo screen up in that joint. But yeah, I was a big WWF fan. Junkyard Dog.
There you go.
I'm with anywhere fan.
That's the one that he had the parrot, right?
Yeah, man. My man with the club, the club was there. I don't know what that was.
I remember Mankind.
Yeah, Mankind.
That's lovely later.
With his fingers like that.
See, I don't recognize him as Mankind. That's Cactus Jack. I don't recognize Mick Foley and all that other men.
Check this out. My grandmother, shout out to her. She is 80-something years old, almost 90 years old. She still watch Monday Night Raw. Every
Stop.
Wow.
But look, when you look at it,
She calls it wrestling. She don't say
Wrestling.
She says, Grandma, what you doing? I'm about to watch wrestling.
when you look at these televised events, man, you know, like our kids watch it, but when you look at these televised events, you're looking at 30 and 40,000 grown people. Making them
Most
That's
of
why
the
it's everything I'm driving in, man.
One thing came out with the trombone. What's his name?
Yeah, the
I
people.
don't know what is it. I just watching. I looked at it today.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. They was in a group. Like,
Came out with a trombone, and I was
it was
like,
Kofi Kingston and that crew, man. I can't
yeah,
get them.
and then I was like,
I
what?
can't tell you.
There's a tag.
Only way I know
Yeah,
these
turn it
wrestlers
off, bro.
is
Turn it
because
off.
of my sons, yo. Like they into Roman Reigns. That's the new. He the new man, man.
Yeah.
Who the worst wrestler of all time? Man? Who would y'all say is the worst wrestler?
Let me go. I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna do the tag team, yo.
Okay.
The worst. It's a toss up. But all right. So I'm gonna name. I'm gonna say the corniest was Norman Smiley. That's WCW. He was a black guy. He just looked. Norman Smiley. Fish, you a WCW man. Look him up.
I got to look
I
at
remember Norman Smiley. He know who he is.
What's my man?
Tag team, the worst tag team to me was the Bushwhackers. But they were so corny. They come down.
What the?
I like the
Bushwhackers, yeah.
I like the bushwhacker.
The word.
So we gonna name a wrestler and the thing.
Yeah.
That's good.
Let's get
Go ahead, Red.
Worst wrestler I can think of is Virgil. Yeah, Virgil. I get down the black. Oh, yeah,
Surgery,
Virgil was terrible, man.
He had the vest with no shirt on.
Man, he out here, man.
I only think he had a finishing move.
He was his own finishing move. Tag team. Oh man, let me see. Who's the worst tag team? Man,
Oh, I got one. Oh God.
I can't pick a tag team.
Bushwhackers by default.
Man, I like Bushwhackers.
I like the bushwhacker too, man.
I like the yeah, I like the bushwhacker.
Yeah, I like the big
Empire.
man.
I want you funny.
All right, what's the Bushwhackers finish move? I'll wait.
No, I didn't say any. I don't know.
That's all I remember.
You remember
The gimmick.
He kept losing. No,
Man, it wasn't this. It was fake anyway. So it doesn't.
Well, what was did the Bushwhackers ever win a tag team championship?
Never. Never.
I don't even remember. I don't even think they won a cage match. I don't even think they won.
He ain't win nothing.
We just remember.
All I remember about them is them getting beat up all the time.
And then it was sorry.
They were sorry.
I can't think of a tag team right now, but I got three of the worst wrestlers of all time.
Okay.
Here we go. We got the Honky Tonk Man.
Which one?
Agreed.
Ruben the Bobby Beefcake.
Agreed.
Yeah. Man.
And Doink the Clown, man. Those are three guys ever. Nobody will do it. I remember Doink the Clown. I hated
And
him.
then he had
They had a little to it.
Yeah.
Sweet, yeah.
No,
I hated them.
I can't think of a tag team.
I hated them because I don't like clowns anyway, so I definitely hated it.
What was that girl's surname?
No, go down.
That's why I read it.
Hey, we can't go there.
I didn't like that. I didn't like the same thing. For down at the wall,
I didn't like him.
I didn't like it. I did.
Why you like him, Butch? Why you like him? What make me add it?
Well, yo, first of all, I ain't ready. First of all, related to Dustin Rhodes, one of the greatest wrestlers that ever lived. And this is what you coming up with, man. Why?
Yo, my study is exactly like
Hey, what?
That's what it. Why, bro?
What's it?
it made no sense. It don't matter what his move was.
If you can't
Made no
What's the
sense.
gimmick? What was the gimmick?
It don't
I
matter.
don't remember.
Can get better than
If you ever did lazy,
I didn't bring it so done.
That's what I'm gonna name. And I can't think of a tag team.
Why was he? Why was he the first?
It don't matter.
Listen,
And
I got one.
boy.
I got one worse than him. I got Gold Ducks out there.
Nasty boys.
Nasty boys.
Nasty boys.
Yeah, they were terrible.
They was like bushwhackers. They ain't no
Nasty.
Yeah.
But Bushwhackers had a gimmick with them where people still go with them.
All they did was go come to the ring.
It was different.
Like this.
It was different. It was different. They had a gimmick.
They had the
Nasty
whole crowd
boys,
with that
they were silly for
They did have the whole crowd doing that.
I forgot one, man. I gotta add to my list. Big Boss Man. This guy was trash, man.
Man, we
Nah,
that
he was
nigga
like-
that
that's what
next
time.
Man,
Yeah,
Big Boss
he
Man.
a dog.
Man, that dude was terrible. I couldn't stand him. Couldn't stand
just felt great.
Slaughter. Yeah,
I got another corny wrestler.
Okay.
Iron Eye Seist. Y'all remember him?
Oh, IRS. Yeah, he
IRS.
terrible.
Yeah, that's Mike Rotunda, man.
I don't lie to you. You know who I thought?
Mike Rotunda.
You know who I thought was corny before he kind of livened his Hunter Hearst Helmsley before he became Triple H.
He was
I
corny when
I couldn't stand
Well, at least he redeemed himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He had to change his image, but when he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, no,
Dude, they used to wear the red, white, blue all the time.
like British Bulldog.
No. He was a stable wrestler.
British Bulldog was a
No, man.
He out there with that Bulldog.
Nah. He
Lex
like
Luger
a
never-
W or WWF?
We did
Which
both.
one? WCW?
He did both, but he was like a real wrestler.
Oh,
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt
Is
Angle.
it Kurt Angle?
Yeah, yep.
Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
He was like that.
Man.
Now, while you brought up Lex Luger, now that's my favorite finishing move of all time, the torture rack. When you put him
Oh
on
my
back,
God.
That's trying to
take them like that, so that.
So I'm going in. Who had
My
the
best
best?
finishing
Who
move.
had the best? Who's the best finishing move? Who has the worst finishing move? Go ahead, Fish. I know you. You ready to?
We're doing that. Go ahead and say who your favorite wrestler was. We'll get that out the way.
Oh, for me, it's Razor Ramon. That was my favorite wrestler until The Rock came. But to me, Razor Ramon had the best finishing move because it was a combination between that power bomb and like a suplex where he like stretch you on a cross and he had you all the way up in the air and just drop you. That finishing move was dope.
So you would say that you're a finishing mover. As far as finishing moves, you like the move instead of the submission.
I like finishing moves instead of submission. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. The worst finishing move of all time is people. Listen to me. For Rock to be as great of a super down. Listen, I'm not playing. Like he should have just kept. Where's the other joke? The bottom left on Rock Bottom. That should have been it. That should have been it, man. That people's elbow. Like, first of all, this is a prime example that wrestling is fake. Who is laying there and watching people do all this jumping over top of you? Like, who can lay there and, man, I don't care how
Look,
you not let get that move.
just with his elbow in the cabin. His elbow hit nobody else up in the cabin. That's it.
Man, that's the worst joke. My favorite finishing move is the tie between the stunner and the diamond cutter. They similar moves, but they're my favorite too.
Okay.
I'm sure, but worse than the best.
Worst finishing move? Worst finishing
Yeah.
move? Oh, by far is the mandible claw by Mankind. That's the disgusting move ever. And then he double down on it with Socko.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look disgusting.
Yeah,
I put a sock in his head and did. But watch this. As a matter of fact, Mankind and Dude Love, get them both out of here. I'm breaking down in my head. It's Cactus Jack. That's it.
I go with that.
Okay, that's the worst finishing move and worst two wrestlers ever. And they the same people.
What's the best one?
I would have to say the best finishing move to me
Are you submission guy or are you a finishing move guy? Or just, you know?
I'm bold. I like
You go
watch this because y'all gonna feel this.
Oh Lord.
I like
Stop this whole company.
Wow.
so please. Oh,
When they talk about go dance.
we did. Pause. I like the submission moves and the finishing moves. So far as my submission move, it's a tie between the walls of Jericho and the sharpshooter.
Hey, Walls of Jericho.
Was that
So was the walls of Jericho, was that like the Boston crab? What they call that?
almost? But
No,
he
he
did
didn't
that.
sit down. Yeah, he sit you on the neck.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Boston Crab, you kind of sitting on their back.
yeah.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
between the walls of Jericho and the sharpshooter, and I would say have to say that definitely the finishing move was I fooled with the Pearl River plunge from Ahmed Johnson.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
We were way
Shout out to him, like the wrestlers, yo. Yo, I forgot about Ahmed Johnson. Ron Simmons.
Oh.
and- oh,
Yeah.
like,
overall favorite wrestler, I would have to say would be my man Kevin Nash. Big Sex, that was my guy. Cause I fooled with him because even when he was Diesel, like he won the championship belt, and it was like he didn't even care. I watched him drag the belt down the aisle, bro. And everybody was wearing it around their waist. It's like it's
Hey, look, you just like
Right.
disrespect.
So watch.
yeah, I love it.
So watch this. Not to drag this out because I know we've been talking about this for a minute. But what's your favorite intro? My favorite intro is Stone Cold because he talking trash the entire time he walking into the ring. Like, you know what I'm saying? I saw a video a few weeks ago of a guy that was like reenacting the joint. Like he got out of the car and he was talking, you know what I'm talking about. He was doing all that, walking. Then you know he did the little move or whatever he want to do. Then he pulled a can of beer out and did it. Like I love all that. Like that's my favorite
So you-
intro of all time.
So you combine the intro with the intro music, like, you know what I'm saying? How-
yeah.
And the music.
He had good intro music too.
Yeah, it's Stone Cold. Yeah, it ain't even close second.
Oh well, I got I would warn
I
him.
got one.
It's the rock.
Who yours, Reggie?
The
Well, I don't know what you gonna say, Warren. My fault. What'd you say, Reg?
Road Boys.
The Road Boys is
Okay.
dope. Are they the Yeah.
Are they the boy?
Yeah, Rush.
When they blitzed,
Yeah, that did get you hyped.
man, what?
So are they the Road Boys to you or the Legion of Doom?
Road Boys to me.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
thinking the Doom sounds better, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah.
They do.
I know where he was going with this. For me, my favorite wrestler is Razor Ramon. So when he come in, he was just too cool. Like everything about him was just so smooth and cool. You know what I'm saying? He come in the joke sideways with the arms out.
Sideways with the arms out.
Yeah, that was he take the gold chains off, and he tell the man, you touch something happened to my chain, something happened to you, and then
Yeah.
hit him with a toothpick in his face. Come on, man, you can't get no cooler than
Like I
that.
said, we gonna get to that because we gonna talk about that in a second. We won't be on it long, but I feel like we talked about this before. The Rock got that persona from him. They not gonna
Get away.
hey,
But
credit for that.
He took it to another level though. So my
Guy,
like
the
that.
first guy that didn't care if he was the good or bad guy. I don't care.
Yeah, he was. But the Rock to me,
The Rock
being
elevated
on the
his
mic,
guy.
yeah, he just went to another level, yo. Like they named a whole show after him, yo. Like that's
Smack.
that's unheard of, yo.
Yeah,
his
smack.
catchphrases. Dang, yo, we could talk about wrestling for a minute, yo. Like who put us on the microphone, yo? Like I think the Rock and Rick Flair, yo. Like
You got it.
Hands down. And Stone Cold.
Macho, you got to throw Macho in there though.
Macho did the best interviews. He did the best
Macho did the best
Yeah.
interviews by far. I would say the favorite intro, definitely between Undertaker and Ultimate Warrior. For the Undertaker, it's the
He ran
fact.
to the ring.
He's ran to the ring.
But the thing, it started on hope that you already knew what time it was.
Yeah,
The whole crowd got hyped.
The whole crowd go hype. Or when the lights go out, you hear that dum
Dum.
yeah. Everybody hot drunk when that happens.
Oh, you think? Yeah.
Now the
You
other
don't even know what's coming there. Undertaker.
Undertaker and Kane, that back and forth, that scared me a little bit.
Right, I'm gonna tell you, intro, you know, NWO version of Sting. He went all black, coming out the Raptor, baseball bat. I like that joint. And for intro music, I like Y2J Jones. That weird countdown.
Yeah.
And then my man used to come out. I used to like Y2J, man.
NWO had a mean intro music too.
Yeah.
We get
That joke.
intro music up in there. We could
Who got it?
Randy Savage, bro. Hunt was that.
Didn't he have a graduation?
Yeah. Hey, it's understood.
They coming in making music.
They could
They always had him losing too, man.
They drank so much trash that all the stuff that he gonna do, cream rise to the top. They come out with that music, bro. He let me down.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Oh, we got to put Andre the Giant to the worst finishing move because I don't even know what. Didn't he just step on you or something like that?
Yeah,
He had the worst.
he just put his foot away, and then they kept.
No, I got one that should have been. I got one that should have been outlawed, and I want to know who was signing up to let Rikishi put that his hand on. Hey, listen,
Oh my God.
listen. If Vince McMahon came to me, I don't care what he's paying. You need to take the dive tonight. It's who you got to take the dive to. To another network.
And you know, Yokozuna, he sit on you too, right?
But they put on your chest.
Yeah, he's not on your chest, but he ain't.
Oh, yeah, they put it in your
His
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, you right.
That's
Rikishi, man, it's hard.
I had Bam Bigelow into weak wrestlers too.
What's this joke with the headbutt on the top rope?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, Bigelow. His name was, he was at,
I did like was Big Van Vader joint though. Vader bar.
Good.
Vader,
Big Van Vader.
Vader was a beast. Yeah,
Hey, Vader was a beast, man.
that was a beast. Yeah.
Another corny wrestler scared me too. Papa Shango. All right, I'm like,
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
you ain't like it.
Wasn't that, didn't he turn into the pimp?
Oh.
His name.
He
No,
looked like
him, bro.
he
That's Papa Shango. Yes, that's Papa
Man,
Shango.
come on, man.
looked like
right now, bro.
he looked like the dude. He looked like the dude in Street Fighter.
Google it.
I'm telling you.
I got to
Google it, bro.
Yeah.
He turned into the pimp. So he'll come out with he'll come out. Sometimes he'll come out with
Google
uncles, right?
Fish
And you know what? In this day and age, how did you get away with having pimps and hoes on wrestling, yo?
Hey, that was the attitude era.
It was a different, yeah.
They could do whatever.
It was a different era, man.
They had a porn star up there, Val Venus. You had Godfather. But they had all kinds of
Val Vader's finishing move was
Remember China? Remember China was on there?
Yeah, China. Yeah, she was the porn star too.
She was
Where you going with that, TJ?
I just said she was a porn star. That's it. That's it.
They didn't have
Cut
to do that. He came out with a mannequin head. Every time he put the mannequin, everybody said, "Hey,
No, that's enough. His last name was Snow. I can't remember his first name.
Ouch.
hey."
Another name. Yeah, that was
Everybody said, "Hey," when he put.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Another wrestler worth intro music is Triple H. Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He had music.
No, you with the real Triple H. Triple H and he the gang.
He was corny. Y'all know he was before when he became Triple H. That he was different. But before that,
Out of DX, I didn't like.
But that was
I like DX, but I couldn't stand him.
Triple H got a good but terrible intro because it starts out good with the way he come out with the no lights and all that. But then when he get on the rope and he spit on everybody,
Yeah, I ain't like that either.
It ain't that good. Yeah.
I'm not.
I ain't like that either.
Hey, he got a point there.
I mean, he just spit the whole crowd, and it just.
You out of line, dog. Yeah.
Yeah,
What you doing?
as we could tell, wrestling has impacted us great.
Hey, back.
Wrestling fans on this.
We can be here all night.
Yeah, man, we gotta cut this short, man. We appreciate y'all.
Leave the comment.
All right, we back. Time to switch up the floor a little bit. We're going back to our childhood. This childhood theme today. I don't know what we're gonna title this, but we're going back with the childhood thing, and we're gonna share our Julius stories. Some may ask, "What's a Julius story?" But if you watch the show, Everybody Hates Chris. You know who Julius was. Always trying to save a buck. So I'll start off.
If you don't feel bad because me and Warren was lost too. We don't watch everything.
Definitely.
We don't watch that shit.
But I got Julius story.
So I'm gonna tell my two and get out the way. I'm gonna throw it to TJ. See what he got. So I got two. I'm killing my pops tonight. So
Shout out.
my pops, Big Fish, shout out Big Fish. My pops, he shop for bread. Man, come on. He didn't shop for bread at the grocery store. Pops went to the bread store. So those that don't know what a bread store is, it's pretty much like a wholesale bread store. Buy your loaf bread. I ain't had no problem with that. You know, you had to eat it rather quickly. But Pops used to buy these ice honey buns. You could buy like 12 of them for like 99 cents. The only catch was you had to eat them joints within 24 hours or you how many did you buy? Man, I'm telling you, man, Pops would come home, man. I swear to God, Pops would come home about 20 ice honey buns, man. And the only reason they were that price was because them joints was about to go stale. You see what I'm saying? So you could get 100 honey buns for like $3. I'm at the crib. I'm trying to get them before they start molding. So that's my pops. Those of y'all know my step pops. I got to give him one story. I'll never forget this. We went to King's Dominion. Me, my mama, my sister. I want to say my stepsisters was there as well. So we get to King's Dominion. You know, everybody looking for, we're going to King's Dominion, King's Dominion, King's Dominion. Yo, my man went through the ticket booth, got the little stamp joint, came right back out the park, and made all those roll hands. So we had about 6 or 7 people get in.
That's a high level, yeah.
That's like, man. For real. But then it was Charlie. Yes, we all got in. You know, they blow light to see if it's on your hand. I don't even know if they still do that no more. But back then, all of them joint fits don't have that no more. No, I don't know. But you know, they used to hit your hand in case you had to go to the car or something. He came out, rolled his hand on everybody's joint. Then a joint for the price of one. You got it, TJ. Sorry, check this out. So one year, I went to Philly for the summer. Remember that? I was like 13 years old. Yeah, you don't remember nothing. Stupid. But anyway, you know, you don't. Look, I know some what you do remember, but look, right? So no, I went to Philly for the summer one year. And, you know, my mom, you know, she's packed my clothes and everything like that. So, you know, I didn't know what she packed. So, you know, I'm going through my stuff and my uncle came over to the house, right? So, you know, I was just like trying to get settled, get my clothes out of the bag. Your mom and daddy put your clothes in the cleaners? You know, she was just packing my stuff because it was kind of like a last minute decision. Like, you know what I mean? My cousins came down. You want to come to Philly for the summer? Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like she had time to really do much with that. So, you know, I'm going through my clothes and stuff. And she was like, he say, your mommy put your clothes in the cleaners? It was like, no, it was like last minute. She's so cheap. It's cheap. So, you know, I ain't think nothing of it, whatever. So fast forward. We went to service, went to church one night. I asked my mom for some money. $1. She said she ain't have it.
I said, my uncle was right. You are cheap. Man, I'm yanked me, choked me, started punching me, beating my ass in front of me. Took me home and put me on punishment behind that remark. I was like, I mean, I feel bad to this day. Shout out to both my parents. Like, you know, they make sure I have what I need, whatever. But I was out of line. But that's the first thing that went to my mind because that's what was said at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I was out of line for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what happened.
I read you.
Wow, it's a trend going on tonight because we straight. First of all, shout out to my mom. She's still here with us. Oh, and rest in peace. But yeah, these Julius moments, man, I can remember everything we bought in the house was the grocery store brand joint. So like the whatever the great value, this and that. We ain't never I ain't never had a box of cereal that was actually a box. My joint was in a bag.
Because y'all didn't get about what you got about line.
Look, not
Yeah, man. I'm like, hey, Mom, why can't we ever get the box joint? You know, that. So the joint that scarred me forever. It was, man, my dad used to buy the Kool-Aid, but they wasn't Kool-Aid. It was called Flavor Aid. If y'all know anything,
I had to play
it's a powder. It's not like it looked like powdered sugar or baby powder. It's the most sour. It's the worst Kool-Aid you could ever try. And then the second one, my mom, we used to go to the movies. Whenever she did take us to the movies, we go to the movies. So we hype, you know what I'm saying? Gonna get some gummy bears, some popcorn. Hell nah. Man, my mom would pack some chicken and put all in the purse. Fried chicken, and put it in aluminum foil. Put it in aluminum foil, bro. So we in the movie theater, arguing with Chris. You know what I'm saying? Like we having a good time. Everybody else got popcorn. I said, man, my people's, man. Shout out to my mom. He did give us everything we needed, but good Lord, man, we couldn't get nothing extra, you know?
Oh my God.
Good. Okay.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken in the movie theater, bro, in aluminum foil. That made so much noise, bro. And my mom, she did the pan, like, you ain't deep fried the chicken. It was pan with the big skillet joke. So that joke, you know what I'm saying? You cook it too long, it's burnt on one side. And
She used the cast iron skillets.
That joke was heavy. I don't know what, man.
Yeah, it was the cast iron. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my.
What you got, Reggie, man? You got a Julius moment, bro.
I do have a Julius moment. I had to think about it, but yeah, I got. As a matter of fact, I just found out maybe a few years ago. I was talking to my sister that it was actually a Julius moment. I'm thinking, shout out to my father.
That man that prayer today.
It got
Y'all know tape on my way. So we had a thing in our house growing up on Christmas that Christmas was on Christmas and like we didn't put up nothing until you what it is, you woke up to Christmas. So you woke up to a whole tree, lit up, everything. December 24th, you ain't see none of that. So you kind of like woke up on Christmas that with the whole tree and lit up gifts on that. So I thought that was just an amazing thing for me, you know, with the Santa Claus story. It all worked for me growing up. So kind of find out. I just found out talking to my sister and found out put this thing together. She knew, but I didn't know that my father was going out the night of to get a Christmas tree because you can get it for like $5 to $9. You know, the night before because they just trying to get the tree.
Yeah, this man went got a Christmas tree on Christmas Day.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you how bad it was. I started doing that for my kids, thinking, this is what we doing. What's up, man?
He's breaking the original church.
Man, I got me this 50 tree. We got that tree up whenever it go.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, man. But that's my Julie's boy.
Oh my God.
I had to go. I would say I don't want to go as hard to say it's a Julius moment, but it's definitely I consider it a Julius moment. Shout out to my pops, rest in peace, love him to death. Shout out
We
to
on
my
the prayers next tonight.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got big, but shout out to my mom because I'm gonna have to drag you down here with her. So my grandfather and my grandfather apparently used to cut hair, and my father he taught my dad how to cut hair too. So they never had any licenses. They just thought they were barbers. Where we going with this? So my entire childhood, all the way up to maybe I was about 14, 15, my father would cut my hair.
God.
And, my mother would be like, oh, yeah, it look good. It didn't take till my aunt, shout out to Aunt Tootie. She says, Butch, when you going to take this boy to the barbershop? I'm taking him to the barbershop. This is not it. Pops would crush my hairline, all that stuff. It just came with the head. I was like, man. So I go to the barbershop and I come back and I look, I ain't even recognize myself. I'm like, this might be it. She heard my pop's feelings, but he would never take me to the barbershop. I thought he was a barber. He thought he was a barber.
You got cape and everything? Or you have a towel?
Yeah. No.
He put a towel over my
He put the
I still been or the trash bag. You cut the head out the trash. Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it's great.
I think we all
Shout out to
bad
Pops, but
haircuts, man.
that wasn't it. Thank God for my auntie. Because,
Shout out to the aunt, man.
So she introduced you to the haircut, baby.
she introduced me to haircuts. Yes.
So why we here? Why we trashing the parentals?
My mother was even worse for keep doubling down on it.
What's the worst struggle sandwich, y'all?
Oh, man.
Anything with bread.
Anything we got for the bread, so the hot dog, if you don't have, I didn't know what a hot dog bun was until I went to the cookout. I ain't gonna hold you. I thought them, you know what I'm saying? I thought everybody ate their hot dogs like that. You know what I'm saying? One white bread and you fold it. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if a bun costs more. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I enjoy my hot dog. You know, but
you got to think the way we came up, it was like that's no different like fried bologna. You know what I'm saying? You know, they ain't eating that type of stuff today. My struggle sandwich wasn't even a sandwich. I'm gonna say oodles and noodles. Like my
listen, don't do this.
Make yak with oodles and noodles. Yak, what was it? Noodles.
grandma was famous in Virginia for making that yak, man.
That's
Noodles,
disgusting.
ketchup, soy sauce. Some people put egg in it. Some people put onions in it. I don't like onions in it. And my grandma used to put sugar in it. That and chicken. She would boil some chicken and mix that in the noodles. That was good eating. It was a struggle. So it was good.
It's definitely a tie with hot dog, and like if you run out of jelly, you'll put some syrup on that dog. You know what I'm saying? Peanut butter syrup.
Yeah.
Well, I used to toast the bread and everything. Man, I got fancy with it, man.
Fish, whatever you
Peanut
bring
butter
stuff
crackers.
up like this, you got one to trump everybody. What is it?
No, man.
What is it,
Some
Fish?
of the brethren already know how I feel about oodles noodles, but we'll save that for another show. But my struggle, I don't even used to call it a struggle sandwich because it's what I want. When I got home from school, every day I'm going in the bread, give me 2 slices, mayonnaise, and I'm having a mayonnaise sandwich. Every day after school for years.
Dog,
For
a
years.
mayonnaise sandwich.
Was it mayonnaise?
These Miracle Whip.
Man, it
If you a boy,
depends on how the paycheck.
boy, Miracle Whip.
Now, I'm about to say, it depends on how the paycheck looked at. We
Helmets.
But I didn't care what it was, man. You give me 2 slices of bread and some mayonnaise, man. I was good, man. You know,
I got it.
every day after school snack.
Since you ordered bread though, how come we always skip the first piece of bread?
It ain't that's it's the back of your head. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna fight the back of your head. Yeah, I'm serious. Like, give me 5 on the black hand side. That's what that bread was. You know what I mean?
I would have to say that Reg and Warren will double down with this one on my struggle sandwich when we had it in there because everybody always kept it in the back of their freezer. Murray Steakhouse Steakums.
Hey, listen,
Good.
right there.
Everybody had about that. You got to thaw it out first, but it's all in the back. But
You do it a couple hours in advance. You know, with that, you know you want to eat that. That's different. You know what I'm saying?
Anything from Murray
Your mind
Steakhouse
already
is
got
a
it planned.
came from Murray Steakhouse.
Anything from Murray Steakhouse is a
Right.
national treasure to
Chicken
eat, bro.
tenders. Even the French fries.
Whoa, y'all had Murray Steakhouse down there, Fifth?
Yeah, we had a couple of them.
Boy, y'all just schooled. Y'all just,
Listen, hold on.
I always thought the DC thing.
No, but the people now thinking they got like a Murray section. We had a Murray store.
We had a store.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna say there's 2 of them.
Right on A Street.
We had 2 of them.
Yep.
I'm mad about that, bro. Why they get rid of Murray Steakhouse?
I don't even know.
Yeah, man. All that
All
stuff
right.
didn't come with the times, man.
Hey, but Murray's had everything. Everything was good at Murray except for the hamburger. That hamburger had absolutely no flavor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
it was like
you know, they taste like-
it
they
was
taste-
bread. It was
They taste like Bubba burgers.
Yeah.
That's what they taste.
Yeah,
The
that-
Bubba
Man,
burger.
go with
Or-
Turtle,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I don't care
Right.
what you did to a Murray's burger. You couldn't get no flavor in that.
Oh man, that's good, guys. Man,
Yo, AML. Anybody do that dance and nasty up and them nasty up. Fix things, quick things.
Salutations, Saints. This is Nakia Aisha, and I'm back with another installment of Me, Myself, Personally, where I offer my unsolicited, unpopular opinions on just about everything. Me, Myself, Personally, I have to drag yet another staple in the black cinema universe, Baby Boy. Yeah, BET loves this movie. They play it very often. Many people love this movie. I am not one of those people. This movie is pure trash. Omar Gooding, what were you doing? He scowled the whole movie. That's all he did. I wasn't afraid. I did not feel that he was really a gangster. He looked like the host of Wild and Crazy Kids
Fix things, quick things.
in a lumberjack shirt. That's what he looked like, and I just couldn't get with his character. Tyrese was the most pointless human being. Just, you know, and I know people will say, oh, well, that was the point, you know, showing that he was immature and, you know, just aimless and all. Well, y'all succeeded because he just really lumbered around for 2 hours and for no good reason. He just existed, and it got on my nerves. Taraji P. Henson, this was our introduction to her, and it was a bad one because she was very annoying. The thumb sucking, the constant Jody. That was not a good way for me to learn about her because when I saw her name in the next movie, I think it was Benjamin Button or something, I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this because she was so annoying in Baby Boy. Snoop, laughable, absolutely laughable. I'm not sure how we were supposed to believe that he was about to assault her with a baggy wife beater on. Like, if you're that small that your wife beater is baggy, she could have possibly flung him out of the window easily. So that wasn't believable, that whole scene. Snoop was himself in his Death Row Record days. It just felt like a very long music video. And it wasn't good. It wasn't good. The ending was supposed to be a happy one, where she got the ring. Yay. I mean, I guess that was a win. I guess that was, a happy ending, but it was just dysfunction and dysfunction without a purpose. The movie had absolutely no story, and it just felt like a hodgepodge of random people thrown together doing some scenes. It did not feel cohesive. It was just a weird, poorly made movie. And the sad thing is that it was supposed to be the sequel to Boys in the Hood, which was well made. I don't get the connection between those, other than the fact that it's black people in South Central California doing stuff. That's it. That's the only connection that I'm able to make. So yeah, Baby Boy, y'all can love it all you want. I can't do Baby Boy at all. And that's all I have for today. Thank you for listening to yet another unsolicited, unpopular opinion from me. And as always, y'all stay safe out there.
Well, Nakia, I'll say this. You're consistent. You ain't nothing else. You are consistent. Needless to say, I'm going to speak for most of us here. None of us agree with you. Although it was very entertaining, your takes on the characteristics of it. You lost me when you said Taraji was awful. Now, come on now. That's a stretch. That very well, that movie, and to say that she was awful in it, and to say that the movie was trash and just thrown together, that movie sparked her whole career, if you want to be for real. And probably to this day, she's mostly known, if she ain't known for being Yvette, it's Cookie Lines.
That's fact.
Yeah. Those are facts. I mean, what y'all think?
Yeah, I'm usually the one that be having the kid back, but Baby Boy is, to me, is a hood classic, yo. I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, the storyline ain't great, you know what I'm saying? It is kind of all over the place, but there's so many lessons in that movie. It's unbelievable. I just Melvin. That's a son worst nightmare. You hear me? I gotta take my glasses off for this one. No son, if their father ever dies, do not want to deal with a Melvin at all. This Joker his first scene was baby Jody waking up to some good smelling breakfast, only to see Melvin in the kitchen cooking it, butterball naked.
Oh, niggas, wow.
Nightmare number one. Nightmare. I'm just gonna stick to Melvin. I'll let y'all get the rest.
You want some breakfast?
The worst nightmare of a son ever. This man was growing weed in the garden. His mother found out. She was blaming Jody. Whole time it was Melvin, and all he did was say, "It never happened again." Smacked her on her cheeks and walked away. Come on. Now the worst. No, I got one more. I got two more. This man got a new TV. Jody was hyped. Oh, I'm about to set this up for mom. You know what I'm saying? About to change the channel, about to set the channel. Melvin laying in the bed. You know what I'm saying? Give it here, you understand? You know what I'm saying? Just carrying him, yo. The worst scene. The worst scene.
Absolutely.
This man, Jody, call him out. You think you're going to beat my mama? I pull up on your baby mama. She used to whoop the hell out. He said, he brushed him on, youngster. Came from behind and choked him up. Licked his bald head. You hear me? Licked his bald head. Yeah. And told him, if you was inside, I'd have made you fix it. What? How you gonna make him fix it?
Like, what are you saying?
What are you talking about?
What he meant.
Smacked him on the head. We definitely know what he meant. Slippery slope.
Cut the ribbons.
Smacked him on the head.
Let's just
Then
talk.
she came out and said, what y'all doing? Oh, nothing. Then he was like, you want something from the stove? It's so many lessons in Baby Boy. You cannot
Factory.
crap on Baby Boy. That is a hood
The hood classic. Absolutely.
TJ, come on, man.
First of all, I was today years old to find out that that's supposed to be a
sequel. Yeah,
sequel
that
to
threw me.
Boys in the Hood. I never heard that.
I never heard that either.
I agree. I mean, you know, I guess if you're looking for like the storyline to be, you know, all extravagant and stuff, no, it was a lot of lessons in that movie. You know what I mean? Basically, this man had to grow up. You know what I mean? You know, you see that all the time, and I mean, you know, we already got the stigma that, you know, some of us are lazy and all that type of stuff, but it was a thing where this man had to grow up. You know, he had a woman, you know, by his side that wanted him there, but because he was so attached to his mother, he didn't want her to have a life. You know what I mean? That, you know, really affected things, but he ultimately had to grow up. I don't see the disconnect in that. You know, like you say, it may not have been the most perfect, you know, storyline, but it was gems in it. You know what I mean? And ultimately, he grew up. And as Butchie said, that jump started Taraji's career. You know what I mean?
She's from DC too.
She's from DC. She went nowhere but up. You know, from that movie. And even Tyrese. I mean, you know, he didn't do a whole lot of movies, but he had a decent movie career, and that goes in his book. You know?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, Reggie? What'd you say about it?
I'm looking on my phone for Dr. Umar to sit down with her because they need to sit down and just talk for a little bit of something. Because listen, every take it's been like left field. Like I don't understand it. I don't know what's on her mind with Baby Boy. This is Baby Boy here we talking about. It's a
like that's one of the movies you watch every time it come on, bro.
Listen. BET got it on now.
Rewatch value is
it's on one of them BET channels right now. You know, but I mean, it ain't because it's just a movie just don't want. It's a good, decent movie. You know what I mean?
Hold up, Red. I don't like how Fish looking, man.
That's just.
Fish coming with a dumb take. And Fish coming with a fish
Go
take.
ahead, Fish.
Here we go. Come on.
Hey, man.
There you go.
Hey, man, listen. Baby Boy. The acting is terrible. I mean, it's like no good acting in the movie whatsoever. But I won't go as far as she went and say it's a bad movie. Like y'all say, this is a cult classic. This is one of those movies that I watch. I don't watch it because I'm looking for a good movie. I just like Baby. What's Cuba Gooding's? Is that his brother or his son in there? Okay. His scenes is hilarious. The acting is terrible.
Yeah,
but his scenes are hilarious, man.
Yeah.
Like this guy is like the worst OG of all time, man. like this is not the OG you want showing your little man how to come up, man. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not gonna kill her because, like I said, the acting in this thing is Tyrese is terrible. Snoop is beyond terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like the only good actors probably was AJ Johnson and you know Taraji was young. But you know I'm not gonna kill her for this tape. You know. But Baby Boy, I definitely watch it for the entertainment value, not because I think it's a good movie.
Well, I'm gonna say this right here. I mean, like I said, like Warren said, it's a hood classic. If you want to keep it a stat, Boys in the Hood had worse acting than Baby Boy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say worse.
some of it.
Worse,
I'm listening.
bruh.
I'm listening.
Worse.
I'm listening.
Worse. That whole
I'll give you Cuba. Cuba was terrible
Give
in
my
that.
brother
Very,
back.
very
But
terrible.
he was punching
Yeah,
the
Cuba
air.
was terrible. Yeah, that was the worst.
All of them was. Come on, bruh.
Man, hold on. But outside of Cuba, what are you talking about?
The only thing that saved Boys in the Hood was Ike and Tina. That whole connection.
Even the scene where old
Angela
boy,
Bassett, yeah.
even the scene where old boy bumped Morris Chestnut at the where they was at.
Worse
like that was
acting,
bad
bruh.
acting. Like
Come on, bruh. like y'all coming down on Baby Boy like Boys in the Hood was like that. It wasn't. The acting was this very subpar.
I just want to focus on Baby Boy though, because
yeah, I just want to put it out there because he was saying Fish put up worst acting.
Yeah,
and, you know, I know he loves. I know he loves Boys in the Hood, but as far as like you said, it was a lot of gems in that movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely him, the individual focusing on him, the two baby mama things. Using this baby mama for this, using that baby mama for that, going over here, and then you chilling with your moms in the middle. Even, watch this, even so far as having the Snoop character in it. I'm not going to go as far as say it was so, like, the storyline was out of whack. I think that, like I said, I don't want to keep bringing it up, but I know Fish is a Boys in the Hood fan. The storyline was a lot more clear than it was on Boys in the Hood. To me,
Well, watch this
you know
too.
what I'm saying?
Just like
You got the
pointed out.
girl, his baby mama talking to Rodney in jail. You know what I'm saying? Everybody girl used to have back in that time. They got the dude calling from jail. She giving them love, and baby, here go Tyrese on her neck about that.
Go further.
You know
than
what I
that.
mean?
Even the storyline, even though like Fish said earlier, the OG story was kind of cheesy, but look at his dynamic. He stayed with a mom, his girlfriend, and her mom.
And
you know
her
what
mom.
I'm saying? Like all of that counts. You know what I mean?
All of that
he
stuff,
going
yeah.
through this. He going through the struggle of living with. He don't have nothing. He trying to be tough in the street, but he don't have nothing to show for nothing.
This man got to ride his bike to get his girlfriend car. Come on, bro.
and he was fixing bikes in the neighborhood.
Listen to me. We know people like him. That's why it was so
That's
relatable
fact.
to us.
It is.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all, I'm not hopping on the script itself. For me, it was just the acting is terrible. But I mean, like I said, it was plenty of stuff in there to pull from, man. Plenty of stuff, man. And we all know, just like you say, we all know guys like that. We know women that let guys get away with stuff like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm
And
saying.
then,
Part of the storyline too.
hold on, because we about to turn the corner. Now
that
you watch them do that, but then when you go to holler at them, they want to give you. All right, I'm done with that.
That's a whole nother subject.
I'm
Come
done
on,
with that.
Fish.
That's another subject. We be all night with
Let's
this.
talk about it.
We ain't gonna go
Hey,
there. We'll say that for the next episode.
yeah,
That could be
that'd be
hot
for
topic
another-
for next week,
Yeah,
man.
that'd be another
I'm telling you.
topic.
I think the main point is that movie was, like I said, relatable for me. I focused on one character, which was Melvin. I don't ever, like I said, if I had to deal with a Melvin here,
You left the one
man.
out.
this
You
this
left
dude
that
was
one out.
shaving his head.
That's what I
This
thought
dude
he
was
was
shaving
going
his
on.
I
head.
thought he
with-
was going there.
Which one I left out?
The squat.
Him cooking his mom.
Yeah.
Oh, listen.
Yeah, he can
Yeah.
hear
Hey,
it.
come on now. He cooking his mom's in front of the Mike Tyson interview. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to
African
me.
Squad
If there was ever a time to move out, it was at that very moment.
It was at that
Man,
time.
what?
It was at that very moment, bro.
Cooking my mom.
It was
Stacey
at that
Adams.
time, bro.
Come on, man. Now I do. No, I
Even
do
to him
agree
getting
with the-
chumped. Even to him getting chumped in front of his son.
Now they could have gave.
Come on, like when
They
Snoop-
could have gave. They could have gave Snoop a fitted white beater, man. Come on, man.
Man, she kept
Snoop ain't that
killed me
skinny.
with that. I was hollering.
Snoop
Yeah,
ain't
I
that
was-
skinny,
yeah,
man.
that-
Come on, man.
A baggy white
How you
beat.
gonna have a baggy white beater, bro? And then he kicked the little fork over. He said, I hate you.
Yeah,
I hate you too, little nigga.
Yeah.
That movie's funny too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
The one hit a quitter.
Hilarious.
The one hit a quitter, you know what I'm saying? He
Man,
hit him in
oh
the
my.
nose. Oh, man. The kid,
Don't flinch.
Don't flinch. Yeah.
I'm out.
That
I'm
was
on.
fun. Don't
I
flinch.
can't agree with you on this one. This Baby Boy is a classic, a hood classic. So, I don't know what y'all think in the comment section. Y'all, do y'all agree with the kid? Because the kid gonna be in the comment section defending herself for sure.
Oh,
Even though she said she don't
Always.
care,
Love her.
She's
she's going to defend her point. She's going to double down. So,
and
Yeah.
while we're here, real quick to our listeners, viewership, while we're here, look, stop hitting us up directly, man. Put them comments on the page, man,
Yeah.
so we can talk about this. Don't be sneak dissing and sneak commenting here. We want to know how y'all feel, man. Y'all
Say
hit
something.
them YouTube comments.
what my guy John Walker say? We need to know who you are.
We need to know who you are.
You know who you are.
And I'm gonna leave it at
B.O.B.
that.
is wrong. What?
Oh,
Okay.
All the time.
oh man, we went there. Go.
As always, we want to, I guess, thank Nakia for whatever that was. But if she's nothing else, like I said, she's consistent. At this time, we come to one of the most famous parts of our show. One of the most famous parts of our show. With that, we will hear now from the King of Kings, the Alpha and the Omega.
Wait a minute.
Swarmell. And still, the 11-time champ. We call it, you guys call him TJ. We call him Tyrone. Trigger TJ.
Are you done?
Son.
Look, check this out, right? Okay. Nothing against cigarette smoking, okay? But why do y'all feel like y'all gotta hug everybody all the time, smelling like that? I mean, y'all be wanting to give the most hugs and, kisses and all that type of stuff. Stop what you doing, please, because you stink. I know all of y'all ain't like that. This don't apply to all of y'all, but a good amount of y'all.
This guy.
Especially you Newport short in the box, soft pack people that be smoking, 12 and 16 cigarettes a day, and then you want to give it, what's up, dog? What's going on? I don't want to smell that. I don't. Just like weed smokers. I mess with I used to mess with females that smoke weed, and then they want to kiss you in the mouth smelling like that. That's not going to work for me. No. We're not doing that. You stink. Please stop what you're doing. At least, at the very least, and then you know what else that I hate? I hate when people try to spray cologne. I know one particular person, he sprayed gray flannel cologne on top of the cool cigarette. Stop that. That makes no sense. It doesn't add up. It doesn't compute. It doesn't. 2 plus 2 don't equal 3. It's 4.
It's 4.
And you stay wanting to, you say, hey, what's up, baby? And all that. No, nobody want to do that with you. I see you across the street. What's up? All right, good to see you. That's it. You don't have to come over. You don't have to come where I'm at. After you just smoke that, what they call it in DC, smoking a jack. After you finish smoking the jack, you stay right over there. Cool off for a minute.
This guy.
You feel what I'm
You
saying?
on fire, man.
Don't
You on
nobody want to
fire,
smell
bro.
that. And that's all I have tonight. See me next week for Trigger TJ. Stop what you doing. You don't have to do all of that. Go stay over there. Stay across the street. Don't come way over where I'm at. Just, hey, what's up, TJ? Good to see you. Not good to smell you.
I cannot agree with you more, brother. A jack is probably one of the worst smells. I'm triggered too, TJ. So I'm gonna go and let you have it, bro.
Vices. We all got our vices, but I don't want to smell that.
I don't either.
I don't want to smell it. It's all in your clothes. It's all in your car. I can't stand to see somebody in their car doing that. And then they got the windows up like they trying to get every ounce of that nicotine.
Cancer stick.
Every ounce.
They smoking past the line.
Man, listen, I had a supervisor, ex-supervisor, years ago, about 14 years ago. All he did was smoke. I had to tell him, I said, bro, we share office. Can you stop smoking here, please? He did respect it, but he had no guard when it came down to that. He just kept smoking every chance he got. If he could smoke all day around the building, just walk around the building doing work, he would do it. Stop what you're doing. Get away from me. Don't come around me smelling like that. Like I said, we all got our vices. I understand that, but Hey, brother, I see you across the street. You don't have to come right. Hey, what's up, baby? Good to see. No, you stink. I don't want to smell that.
What's your thoughts, Reggie?
Hey, I gotta agree. I mean, that smell is rough, Joe. It smell is rough, and you can tell. And you can tell what they smoking. Like you get there's the difference between the weed smoke and the cigarette smoke. The blacks, oh man, that's terrible too. But yeah, it all go together.
He not lying, bro. I had I got to double down with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was between the weed and then the jacks, and then they want to kiss you. The shorty, my ex, kiss you in my mouth. What you doing?
Oh.
Like, I think that's the most unattractive thing ever to see a woman overly smoking a cigarette.
You
know
smell
what
like
I'm saying?
a wet old paper bag. That's what you
I
smell.
can't do it because the smell ain't just in your breath; it's in your fingers too.
Yeah. That's why most mechanics, you smell like a mechanic. Most mechanics smell like that.
Fish,
they stay with the
cigarette
jacket,
smokers.
I'm about to fix the carburetor and the muffler and blah, 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 blah.
What's your thoughts, Fish?
Hey man, I'm with him, man. To each his own. Cigarette smoke, man. Look, I'm with him, man. Keep that over here. I don't even like now Reggie said black and mild. I don't want to deal with it, but I can tolerate seeing a woman do that. But cigarettes, I told you, I'm still scarred. What's my movie, Butchie, when Megan Good was smoking a cigarette?
Waist deep. Was that waist deep? Yeah.
Man, hey, look, man. And I love me some Megan Good, man.
I love her too, man. I was turned off.
I love Megan Good, man. But to see her, it was a fake Jonah Knott, man. When I seen her hit this motion right here, man, she went from Megan Good to Megan All Right.
Can I ask a question?
What's up?
Go.
If she pull up with the jack, you gonna turn her away?
Listen.
You going, Fish?
Listen.
Are you going? Or you going like
a cigarette lighter right here, man?
You gonna light it for her?
Listen, I don't even smoke, but I got
That's good if you're nasty.
That's fact. That is fact. Yeah, that is fact. Well, GJ, man, you 2 for 2, man. You got everybody triggered today, man. That's spot on, man. Ain't nothing. And I know we just put it on the ladies, like we don't want our ladies smoking, but I don't like to be around my good mans. You know what I'm saying? I can't think like I like it. It's too much, man. It's overwhelming. So yeah. Shout out to the cigarette smokers that watch the Opinionated Facts. We
still love y'all.
Yeah, man. Go to the
always have to dap us up and give us hugs with the smoke hang.
Yeah,
nah, we don't want that. And stop trying to put cologne over it too, like that's gonna do something. That ain't doing that.
Cologne, perfume, body
It's
spray.
gonna do something.
It's
gonna make it worse.
All you doing is you mixing it up. Don't mix that up. It makes no sense. 2 + 2 don't equal 3. Don't do that.
Stop what you're doing.
Stop what you're doing. You stink.
Stop it.
You
So
smell
if you
like
wear bonnet,
you
if you
smell
wear
like
bonnet
an
outside, you stink.
You stink.
If you wear bonnet outside, you stink.
If you wear bonnet outside, you stink. If you got a toilet with hair and spots all over the bowl, you stink. And if you smoking 100 cigarettes a day and want to come and give me a hug, what's up, baby? What's up? You stink. No.
Levels to this thing.
Stinkiness at its finest. Just stop.
Oh man, just stop what you're doing. We appreciate you, brother TJ.
No doubt.
Hey. All right, we got to again thank Trigger TJ was triggered topic for this week. Spot on. And that's going to be the end of our show. We love y'all. We thank y'all for tuning in. Continue to like, love, share, subscribe. And for next week's show, the hot topic question for next week will be, are you a sports racist? Meaning, oh, I'm only going to cheer for them because it's the black guy, or the black woman is competing, or the white woman or the white guy is competing, or I'm going to just cheer for them because most of them black or whatever denomination they are. You know, we want to know. Talk back to us for sure, because we got to unpack this thing. It's too many times. We can't just cheer for a person because they're actually as good as they are. So see us next week, and we love y'all, and we'll check y'all next time. Deuces.
Where's Friday Black?
We know where Reggie's staying.
We don't hear this thing.
But yeah, appreciate y'all.